Hey, good morning to you. Terry Hansen here, back once again with you on Traveling with Terry as I go from my home to the office each and every single day to share some strategies and ideas with you trailblazers and connectors in business, you hustlers that are working hard every day to accomplish great things for your customers, for your families, and for your businesses. Today, we are going to chat a little bit about solving one marketing problem at a time. I'm excited. So today, as you guys know, is St. Patrick's Day. And of course, today, I wouldn't be caught dead without wearing some St. Patrick's Day swag. I've got my Arcane Marketing hat here. You can see it's pretty snazzy and pretty dandy. I'm pretty excited about it. I just don't want to get pinched. I don't know about you guys, but when I was a kid, I always forgot about St. Patrick's Day and I was constantly getting pinched. So it's not happening today, boy. I got my green Arcane Marketing swag on. Nobody's pinching me today, so I'm good to go. All right. Hey, so let's talk a little bit about the movie Martian, excuse me. Do you guys remember back in 2015, Matt Damon starred in the movie Martian, story about astronaut scientist who goes on an expedition and ends up getting abandoned on Mars, and he's left for however many days left to survive before he can be rescued. Do you guys remember that movie? Well, it's a great one. Kind of like the movie Castaway with Tom Hanks, where it's just a survival story, pretty harrowing, pretty crazy, odds stacked against, and at the end he does survive. Spoiler alert if you haven't seen that movie from 6 years ago. But definitely worth watching. But there's a pretty memorable moment at the very, very end of that movie. So Matt Damon, he's back home on Earth. It's been a very long time since he's been there, and he's teaching a bunch of up-and-coming scientists, engineer, astronauts. He's in a classroom setting, and there's a question asked to him about, how he survived or how he made it or something like that, or why he didn't give up. And he said something along the lines of, well, when it boils down to, you do the math. You're looking at death in the face, and you kind of do the math. You just go to work. He said, you go to work, you solve one problem, and then you solve the next problem, and then you solve the next problem, and if you solve enough problems, then you get to go home. And it sounds overly simple, but I really appreciated that philosophy and that idea of just simply go to work. Go to work, solve the first problem, then solve the next problem, and then solve the next problem. And if you solve enough problems, you get to go home. And I think a lot about entrepreneurs and business owners in the marketing world. Now, I'll be the first one to mention that, working in digital marketing right now myself, it's a dynamic and interesting game. It's dynamic and interesting because you don't necessarily control all of the factors out there. You control many, but you don't control all of the factors. You don't control what your customers like and what they're going to respond to. You don't necessarily control the level of competition out there and what your competitors are doing. You don't control what the search engines or the other third-party platforms like Facebook or again, Google are doing. So there's when it comes to online digital marketing, there's some factors that are beyond your control. You work your darndest to influence them and leverage them and as best you can, but there's some factors that are outside of your control. So it's an interesting and exciting landscape to work in. But one of the things that is really clear and evident to me, and when it comes to digital marketing, is digital marketing and just marketing your company and your business online is fraught with various kinds of problems. And like Matt Damon, I'm a fan of going to work and solving one problem and then solving the next problem and the next marketing problem. And if you solve enough problems, you make a crap load of money and you generate a bunch of sales and your company thrives and succeeds. But as business owners and entrepreneurs, sometimes we just want the magic bullet. We just want to do one simple thing and have it work. And it doesn't work like that. Life doesn't work like that. We got to solve one problem, one marketing problem, and then once that's solved, then we solve the next marketing problem and so forth. So let me share with you at least 4 common marketing problems that all businesses and all business owners, to some degree, need to stay focused on solving. And there's a little bit of a hierarchy to them. You remember in elementary school when you were learning math and you had to follow a specific order of operation? In math, you had to solve the things inside the parentheses first, and then you solve the things outside of the parentheses. Or maybe I got that backwards. I don't know. I got C's and D's in math, so don't quote me on that. But you know the concept. Order of operation. You do one thing first, and then you do the second thing and third thing. Well, marketing operates the same. So the first marketing problem that you want to think about solving is the problem of visibility. The visibility. Now, oftentimes businesses will have a website, but it's garbage. It's not very effective. It's not very good. It's old. It's outdated, and it's not really a good representation of who they are today. And same thing with on social media. Some companies don't even have profiles on Twitter, on LinkedIn, on Facebook, on Instagram, etc., on TikTok. And so, if you're going to become more visible online to your potential customers, you've got to solve the visibility problem first. And that is, you just got to create a website. You got to create profiles and pages on social media. You've got to create, if you're a local business, profiles in Google where people can just see you, your Google My Business profile. You just need to be visible in that way. Make sense? So that's so you go to work and you solve that first visibility problem. Now, once you've got pages and profiles and platforms and profiles and websites up, and you're now able to be visible and seen, now you need to go to work solving the next problem. What's the next problem? The next problem is the problem of traffic, or visitors, or eyeballs, in essence. You need to, now that you're available online and people can find you, now you need to drive people to those pages, those profiles, and those websites. So it becomes a traffic. In internet marketing, we call getting people to come to your website, we call that driving traffic, or driving people to your website. So the next problem to solve is traffic. Now there's 101 different ways to drive traffic or drive people to your website. You've got Facebook advertising, you've got Google ads, you've got search engine optimization, you've got influencer marketing and email marketing, you've got affiliate marketing, you've got YouTube ads, you've got almost an unlimited number of tools and resources out there to get people to come to your social media pages and to your websites and to your profiles. So once you've got that problem solved and you got a lot of people coming to your website, well, then you've solved problem number 2. Now, once you've got that problem solved, then you need to solve the next marketing problem. The next marketing problem is the problem of conversion. Conversion means when somebody comes to your website and they're a curious looker, they turn and they decide that they like what they see, and they decide to pick up the phone and call, or they decide to request a quote or a bid, or they download something. They go from just an interested, curious looker, they convert into a lead. They convert into an opportunity to get a potential new customer, right? So the next marketing challenge comes with conversion. How do you get your website to convert more visitors into leads? And so that becomes the next challenge. So you do things like making sure that the words on your website are pretty compelling. Your copy is really, really good and interesting, and it does a good job at motivating people to want to do business with you. You do things like making sure you've got video and really interesting images that capture people's attention. You do things like making sure that you've got something really attractive and interesting and compelling and irresistible that you offer to people, so that when people get to your website, they're like, wow, I can't live without this. This really is amazing or cool. I gotta do this, right? Sorry, I'm trying to block the sun there with my my cool hat here. Anyway, so there's a bunch of different things there. You make sure you have things like testimonials on your website, and you've got social proof icons like the Better Business Bureau, or other kind of industry related icons that help people know that you're safe, that you're validated, that you're credible, those kinds of things. So there's a whole bunch of different tactics that you need to do on your website and on your social media pages that will help people, when they go there, convert into callers and into leads, into subscribers, and to potential customers. So once you solve that problem, that marketing problem, that's problem number 3, then you can go on to solve the kind of the fourth and final marketing problem, which is the word is stuck in my mouth. Hang on a second. Here it comes. Cart value or value maximization. And I know that's a funny word, but if, say, for example, you're an e-commerce business and people go to your website to actually buy things and put things, to buy things, transact business, then the next challenge is you don't want them to go to your website and just buy one thing and give you $10 or give you $100. That's great. No complaints, right? That's good. You want them to go to your website and buy 2 things or 3 things or 4 things or 5 things. So instead of spending $10 with you, now they're spending $50 or they're spending $200 or $500, right? It's increasing the dollar amount of the sales transaction. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, well, Terry, I'm an accountant, I'm a CPA, I'm an attorney, I'm an engineer, I'm a massage therapist, I'm a service-based business. I don't sell products. I don't have an e-commerce element to my website. The answer is you should. Every single business needs to have as many sales legs, revenue generation legs to stand on as possible. So having companies or individuals come into your business and give you money, good. That's one leg of revenue. But wouldn't it make sense to have a second and a third and a fourth and a fifth leg so you can have multiple streams of income coming into your business from a variety of sources? The answer is yes. So that when COVID-19 or pandemics or recessions hit and one of your legs of revenue drop off, guess what? You're still good because you've got other legs to stand on. Companies like Walt Disney learned that the hard way in 2020. The bulk of their revenue came from theme parks, cruise lines, ESPN, and live sport broadcasts. Well, guess what shut off during 2020? All the theme parks, all the cruise ships, and professional sports. That all shut off. Guess what thrived? Disney Plus, right? So they are crushing it in Disney Plus, but everything else shut down. So in business, we've got to make sure that we have multiple legs of income channels that we can stand on. So again, if you're a massage therapist, or if you're an attorney, or if you're a dentist, or anybody in the healthcare practice, and you want to set up multiple legs of revenue generation, then consider and think about having your website be a little bit of an e-commerce type website where you can sell things actually online there. So that becomes the fourth marketing challenge to solve, is how to get people to buy just not one thing from you, but have them buy 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 things from you, when they visit your website. So, I go back to the Martian movie there that I talked about at the very beginning, and Matt Damon at the very end, when he was talking about how he was able to solve, how he survived living on Mars for such a long time and was able to come home. He basically said, you do the math and you get to work. You solve the first problem, then you solve this next problem and the next, and you solve enough problems, then you get to come home. And in marketing, it's the same way. We get to work. We solve the first marketing problem, which is the problem of visibility. Get your social media profiles, your accounts up and running. Make sure your online profiles in Google and other Bing and Yahoo and those other listings are there. Make sure you've got a great looking website, right? Then you go to work solving the next problem, which is the traffic problem. You use all sorts of different tactics to drive people to your website and get a large volume of people going there. Then you solve the third problem, which is once they get there, instead of having them bounce and leave the website, they call, they give you their contact information, they request information. You solve the conversion problem, getting your website or your social media platforms to convert curious visitors into leads at a higher rate and a higher frequency. Then once that's solved, then you solve the fourth and final problem, which is your cart value problem, your transaction value, getting people to buy multiple things at the same time, not just one simple thing. So, if you and I are going to enjoy a high degree of success in business, especially if we're leaders, managers, marketers, entrepreneurs of any flavor, we've got to go to work and solve marketing problems. We solve the first one, second one, third one, fourth one. And if we solve enough problems, like Matt Damon says, then guess what? We're going to crush it in business. We're going to have all the revenue, all the leads, all the sales that we could ever hope for. But we've got to be good at solving the right kinds of marketing problems. And in my mind, those are the 4 core marketing problems that we gotta be solving. So anyway, love you guys. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Again, wearing my Arcane Marketing swag. Super excited about that today. Don't want to be pinched by anybody, but happy Wednesday. Hope you guys have a fun day today celebrating. I don't even know what we celebrate on St. Patrick's Day. We celebrate green things, Irish, the Ireland, Irish people, leprechauns. I'm 5'3". I should have dressed up as a leprechaun today and gone to the office. That would have been good. But I'm not exactly sure what we celebrate here. Luck of the Irish, I guess. I don't know. So anyway, have a marvelous day. Keep up the good work, and we'll see you once again tomorrow on Traveling with Terry as I connect with you, trailblazers, connectors, and hustlers in business, and help you thrive and succeed. So take good care. Have a great rest of your day. Keep up the good work, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye. Hey, thanks for watching. Did you know every company out there has what we call digital marketing blind spots? These are simple, hidden opportunities for growing and improving your marketing that most of the time people miss. Go to www.arcanemarketing.com and take advantage of our Rise and Ignite digital marketing analysis. It's 100% free to get fresh new insights and ideas to make what you're already doing that much better in 2021.